Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Joe Handy, the Android Authority App Guy, and welcome to the 165th edition of Android Apps Weekly. Let's put the crazy away from the last week and talk about some app news. Google announced this week that Google Chrome has hit 2 billion installations. That includes desktop and mobile. It's also the first Google service to boast that many installs. According to Google, only about 1 billion of those are actually active users. Fun fact, Google now has 7 services with over 1 billion installs, and they are Chrome, Gmail, Google Play, Android, Maps, Search, and YouTube. Amazon has been ordered to reimburse customers $86 million due to unauthorized in-app purchases. This is the final verdict from a court case that dated back to 2014. The court case revolved around kids being able to use the in-app purchases without parental consent. Both Google and Apple have had similar suits filed against them with $19 million and $32 million fines respectively. We bet Amazon is going to be a lot more careful about this kind of stuff moving forward. The latest Humble Bundle is now live, and the theme for this one is board games. You can pay $1 to get 2 games, $3 to get up to 6 games, or you can complete the bundle for $5 or higher. There is a really good set of board games up for grabs in this one, including Carcassonne, Ticket to Ride, and Catan. It's also a fantastic deal since Ticket to Ride alone costs $6.99. Of course, it's also a great way to give to charity. Exposed users were wondering if the framework would eventually make it to Android Nougat. The developer released an update to let everyone know that it's in the works. The bad news is that there are some hurdles that are getting in the way. Based on the given information, overcoming these hurdles is going to be quite the task and will determine if Nougat gets exposed framework. Good luck to Rovo89, we're all rooting for you. Pun intended. Square Enix reportedly made over $1 billion in sales, mostly thanks to mobile games. The mobile gaming portion of the sales totaled over $700 million. This is mostly thanks to titles such as Mobius Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, Final Fantasy Record Keeper, and an assortment of Final Fantasy console ports. With Final Fantasy 15 coming out later this month on console, we're sure that'll help add to the pot and balance things out a little bit. Now that Google Daydream is officially out, we're going to see a ton of applications for it. One of the most prominent ones of this last week was YouTube VR. It's essentially the standard YouTube platform that's been redesigned for VR consumption. It puts special emphasis on 360-degree videos, complete with spatial audio as well as other VR types of content. Anyone who has picked up a Daydream device should and probably will check this one out. Astral Frontier is the latest JRPG out of Kemco. It features a fairly familiar set of graphics and concepts. You'll be exploring a world, following a storyline, and beating up on bad guys to get to the end of the game. The combat is pseudo-text-based, first-person structure like you saw in JRPGs back in the 90s. It should run on most devices, including lower-end ones. It's also fairly inexpensive at $2.99, and it has no in-app purchases. Android Auto has been out on Android for a little while. However, this week marked the first week where it was widely available to most Android users. You'll be able to download this application onto your phone and use it in your car, which negates the need to have Android Auto in your car natively. You'll be able to do things like listen to music, navigate with Google Maps, send messages, and a whole lot more. Google is still working out all of the kinks, but it's worth a shot. Pinout is the latest game out of Mediocre, the makers of the popular game smash hit. This title is a hybrid of an adventure game and a pinball game. You'll use the flappers to launch the ball through the level to try to make it to the end. It features smooth, colorful graphics along with simple mechanics. You can pick up the game and play it for free with no in-app purchases or advertising. There is an optional $2.99 premium upgrade that will give you the ability to save your progress if you so choose. Microsoft released a photo application this week called Microsoft Selfie. This is a wicked simple little photo editor that's also pretty easy to use. You simply open the application, take a photo, apply a filter, and share it where it needs to go. There is also a slider that lightly edits your photos automatically as well. It's nothing overly special, but it is quick and it does seem to work pretty well. At the very least, it's completely free with no in-app purchases. Do beware of those release day bugs though. For even more Android apps and games news, updates, and announcements, don't forget to check out this week's newsletter, which is linked in the video description below. There you'll find a whole bunch of information that we didn't have time for here. If you'd like, you can sign up for the newsletter using the form which is in the written companion, which is also linked in the video description below, and we'll send it to you every single Sunday. And that about does it for this one, folks. If you want to keep watching, we have the Google Daydream View hands-on linked up there on the screen and in the video description below. Don't forget to check out that newsletter and keep it tuned to Android Authority because we are your source for all things Android. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a wonderful day.